Yo guys, welcome back to the channel. We're back again with another Warframe video, and today we're going to be taking a look at a couple of Rivenless Strun builds using the Incarnon Genesis, which can help you endure the steel path. So as always, if you're going to enjoy the video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff. Hope you enjoy, and let's get into it. Okay, so just before we get into the builds, of course we're going to look at the evolutions. Now the evolutions for both of these builds are going to be the same. So the first evolution is basically giving you the ability to go into Incarnon form, and you get this once you go to Cavallero and actually install the Incarnon Genesis adapter on your weapon the first time. So the second evolution, you get an increase in damage by 2, and then you either get punch through or multi-shot. Now of course we're going to take multi-shot here. So when we shoot, we get a 5% multi-shot. And this stacks up to 5 times. So we can get a 25% multi-shot on top of any other bonuses that we have on the weapon, which means even more damage, which is great. So our third evolution, the first one that we're not going to pick is reload speed. Now the reason for this is we're not going to be spending much time in our regular Strun form, and reload speed doesn't have an impact on the Incarnon magazine because you cannot reload that Incarnon magazine. It's that simple. Now the second one, first of all, we're not going to be using electricity. 2, 40% isn't that great, and it restores 1 round in a magazine. Now again, this has no bearing on the Incarnon magazine, so again, no point in picking this. So what we are going to pick is projectile speed. Now this is going to reduce the fall off so we can shoot a greater distance while maintaining that high damage output. So the fourth and final evolution. The first one, where you get an increase in both crit chance and status chance, we're not going to pick purely because the percentage by which you increase it is only very little. It's only 4%, which isn't that great. 2, we're not going to pick the crit chance one because in the Incarnon form, as you can see, we get a 48% crit chance. Now we add critical delay on that, we're getting just shy of 150% crit chance. So that is always hitting yellow crits and have the occasional orange one. So we just don't really need that. So we're picking status chance. Now this is going to give us a very big status chance so we can proc as much viral as we can to make sure we're doing a lot of damage. Now in the case of a Riven, for example, you had crit chance, then again you would pick just the status chance. But if you had a Riven which had status chance on there, then you could choose to further boost your crit chance using this one. But of course, since this is a Rivenless build, we have no other buffs on any of these other attributes, so we are going for that status chance. Okay, so for this first build, we are going to be going up against the Grineer. This may be normal or corrupted. Now, this will be a 5-former build, but basically, this is going to be a viral slash build to combat the armor that these units have. So first thing to notice is that we have Hunter Munitions. So although we have 200% status chance, first we will be proccing viral, but the next status effect in line is going to be impact because it has a higher damage than slash. So we cannot get slash the traditional way. But since we have 144% crit chance, we are guaranteed to maybe proc a slash through Hunter Munitions. But once we've got that, it is all about increasing our slash damage as much as we can. So first of all, we have critical deceleration and primed ravage for our crit chance and crit damage. Then we are using primed chilling grasp and toxic barrage for our viral. Now I am using a 60-60 here because it brings us over 200% status chance, and it gives us a chance at proccing viral more than once in a single shot. Again, increasing our damage even further. We've got prime point blank here for all out raw damage. Prime Cleanse Grineer or a faction mod of your choice to again buff that slash damage. Now, if you are either going against Grineer or Corrupted, you should remember to put the right faction mod on. Then finally, we have Galvanized Hell for that multi-shot. Now, do be aware that if you are using a downgraded version of either the primed or galvanized mods, you will get a reduced performance compared to the one that you see in this video. For example, with Galvanized Hell and Hell's Chamber, at full stacks, you are losing out on 110% multi-shot if you use Hell's Chamber. So just do be aware of this. Then in an Exiler slot, I do have a very low upgraded Fatal Acceleration. Now, if you were to form her a couple more times, Hunter Munitions, Toxic Barrage, you may be able to fit on a Galvanized Acceleration, which can further reduce your fall off, allowing you to shoot further distance and maintain that high damage output you would have at close range. Finally, we're using Primary Deadhead in the Arcane slot. Now, the reason I'm using this is because we're going to be able to get to that 360% damage a lot quicker compared to Merciless, where you need 12 kills, whereas Deadhead, you only need 3. Plus, that 30% to a headshot multiplier is going to be a lot nicer and a lot more useful when it comes to taking out those Grineer Eximus units. Okay, so the second build is going to be for the Infested and the Corpus. So, the difference between this faction and the Grineer is that they have no armor. So we don't need to faff around with slash. They just have either raw flesh or shields. So, there are a few similarities between this build and the previous, and also a couple differences. So first of all, we have critical deceleration and primed ravage for our crit chance and crit damage. Then we've got galvanized hell over here, which at full stacks gives us 230% multi-shot, which again is crazy. We've got prime chilling grasp over here with toxic barrage giving us viral damage, and then we've got prime point blank over here giving us that raw damage increase. Then for the differences. First of all, we have Blaze. Now, this is going to give us 60% damage, raw damage, and then also another 60% heat damage. So again, crazy mod to have, especially if you want an increase in damage. Then we've got Galvanized Savvy. So first, it's going to give us that increase in status chance, which is going to allow us to proc a lot more different status types on the targets. And then also, this is going to contribute to the second part of this mod, which gives us X amount of direct damage per status type affecting the target, and that's going to stack up to 2 times. Now, I know these two mods do have some limitations. For example, Blaze is a very rare mod that you can get from Nightmare missions. I believe it's a 1% chance right now, and currently it's around 90 plat on the market just for a rank 0, so it is quite expensive and rare. And I know Galvanized Savvy does mean that you need to have access to arbitrations, or you can purchase it off the market for, I believe it is around 10 or 15 platinum right now, which some people may not have. So, to replace these, what you can use is, first of all, Vicious Spread. This is going to give you that increase in damage by 90%. Now, I know there is 60% spread, but this is only going to affect your normal Strun form when you shoot all those projectiles. In Incarnon form, that initial projectile you actually shoot has very little spread. It may go off a little bit off center, but it is not that noticeable, trust me. So that is pretty much a free 90% damage right there. And the other mod you can use is the 60-60 heat mod. It's going to give you a lot more status chance. Again, if you have Galvanized Savvy on and you're using this mod, that status chance is going to allow you to get even more status types affecting the target and increasing that direct damage even more. But then in our Exiler slot, we are using again Fatal Acceleration. Again, as I said previously, if you were to form this a couple more times, you could put Galvanized Acceleration on there, get that reduced fall off a lot more, again allowing you to shoot further and maintaining that high damage output. And finally, we are using Primary Deadhead, again allowing us to reach that 360% damage a lot easier than using Merciless, plus headshot multiplier is going to be nice when it comes to dealing with Eximus units. And that is it for today's video. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed and found it useful. If you did, consider subscribing to the channel, liking the video. Hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.